Misfit Nation.
Donald Trump allegedly attacked his own Secret Service on January 6, 2020. According to secondhand witness testimony, as the Secret Service surveyed the situation, they quickly realized they had to make a strategical movement to get the president to safety. That is until a rabid Donald Trump was heard screaming, "Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker," just before reaching to the front of the limousine using his stretching arm ability that he learned from watching Space Jam 1 over and over, reaching to grab hold of the steering wheel. Just as Secret Service regained control of the situation, that's when a defiant Donald Trump lunged at one of the agents and began choking him just before he pulled out a can of thermite paint and began threatening that he would destroy the entire limousine, knowing that he had the upper hand because he knew all he had to do was weaken the steel frame of the vehicle and not the entire car to accomplish his nefarious plan. Fortunately, one of the Secret Service members was armed with a gun that was loaded with standard-issued magic bullets and was able to stop the uncontrollable Trump with a single shot to the head. They later revived him at an Air Force station in Montauk. Luckily for Trump, the entire limo was cloaked with the invisibility ray from the Philadelphia experiment, so nobody was able to see any of this actually take place, and there was no real witnesses to this event. The same Secret Service agents have come forward to debunk the claims, which according to the Democrats is, quote, definitive proof that the brain neuralizers from Men in Black are in fact real technology and have been used on the Secret Service to push pro-Trump propaganda, end quote. Thank God we got that wild-eyed conspiracy theorist out of office, because this return to normalcy has never felt normaler. My name is Crishaun the Don, and I am misinformed. Good day, folks. Good day. What is going on? How you guys doing? I am here to talk about this January 6th debacle, and I'm talking about the hearing, not the actual event. And I wanted to point out the bigger picture of this is that the Democrats are definitely the party of projection. They project everything that they are onto the Republicans. Not saying the Republicans are perfect, not saying conservatives are perfect, not saying we have all the answers here, but we don't project. Usually, like, we admit our biases. You know, we admit that we're conservatives. We admit our alignment with our party and our groups, and we're pretty open about things. And the thing is one of the things that has been getting abused, in my opinion, in terms of language here, is the term conspiracy theorist. And I think it's funny how the right wing has become the conspiracy theorists, how we've been deemed the conspiracy theorists. And I'm going to show you how that is 100% projection. Again, not saying the right wing doesn't have conspiracy theories, but I'm also going to point this out, that most of our conspiracy theories kind of come true. They do. And that's the difference between our quote-unquote conspiracy theories and the left-wing mainstream Democrats' actual conspiracy theories. So, for instance, there's a lot of and I'm gonna use this current story that's going on to show you how they do it, and give you my theories on why they do it. And one big conspiracy theory that the right wing has been talking about is actually coming true, and it's a conspiracy theory that if it is 100% true, it's the end of our civilization as we know it in America. So, and that is the theory of the New World Order. The new world order. So I'm going to talk about that in a little bit, but let's start with me showing you how they put their conspiracy theories forth. They make them mainstream, and they make them so that, you know, you might be speaking a conspiracy theory or projecting a, maybe that's not the right word to say, pushing a conspiracy theory, but you are brainwashed into thinking that it's mainstream thinking, that it's everyday thinking, and it's not true. So, recently this news has come out that Donald Trump, let me start by saying this bombshell news that's coming out that came out, this bombshell evidence that we were promised by the Democrats that would prove that Donald Trump was planning an insurrection, and this was an insurrection. And turned out that their big bombshell from this hearing turned out to be secondhand witness testimony that, in my opinion, is just complete bullshit. And I, like I said, we right-wingers, we admit our biases. I'm a Trump supporter. I have my biases. So anybody tell me if I'm wrong here. And I got to pull up the chat room. I don't have you guys. I'm going to get you in a minute. But yeah, I just don't find her testimony to be believable, and that's not based on my thought or my feelings towards Trump. That is more based on just logic, really. Just logic. Just everyday logic, just physics. So let me play the testimony that I'm talking about, and then I will come back to you. So this is Cassidy Hutchinson, who testified. She was there on January 6th. But keep in mind that this is all a story that she was told. She's not telling a first-hand story.
When the president got in the Beast, he was under the impression from Mr. Meadows that the off-the-record movement to the Capitol was still possible and likely to happen, but that Bobby had more information. So once the president had gotten into the vehicle with Bobby, he thought that they were going up to the Capitol, and when Bobby had relayed to him, "We're not, we don't have the assets to do it, it's not secure, we're going back to the West Wing," the president had very strong, a very angry response to that. Tony described him as being irate. The president said something to the effect of, "I'm the effing president, take me up to the Capitol now." To which Bobby responded, "Sir, we have to go back to the West Wing." The president reached up towards the front of the vehicle to grab at the steering wheel. Mr. Engel grabbed his arm, said, "Sir, you need to take your hand off the steering wheel. We're going back to the West Wing. We're not going to the Capitol." Mr. Trump then used his free hand to lunge towards Bobby Engel. And when Mr. Renato had recounted this story to me, he had motioned towards his clavicles.
Okay, so now, in my opinion, the story just doesn't make sense. You're telling me that Donald Trump reaches through a limousine, which, by the way, isn't just any old limousine. We're talking about the most secure limousine on planet Earth. I have a shot of it here so you guys can get a understanding here. This is the Beast. The Beast. And now, is it physically possible? I'm sure. I've never been in the Beast. But if you look here, I mean, there's multiple people that sit here. It's almost like a wall of people. I believe there is some kind of divider that actually goes in between the chauffeur and the rear seat here, which is this is where Trump would sit. So supposedly Trump reached across here, grabbed the steering wheel of the vehicle while it was driving to take control. And when he was told, "Sir, we're going back. It's not safe," he then lunged like a madman and started choking one of the Secret Service agents. Again, a story being told by a woman that wasn't in the car, that wasn't there. So, I mean, to me, it just sounds like a bunch of hearsay. It doesn't even make sense logically. So, I mean, even going with the idea that this is a true story, you got to understand like how people that are telling this, by the way, in this January 6th hearing, it's not even a hearing. It's not even a case, a trial. It's not a court hearing. It's not anything. It's literally a one-sided presentation. And literally we're getting hearsay. This is why you don't get hearsay being admissible in court. And it's because of the fact that now, in reality, you have to call in the person that told the story because you let the story be told. So in reality, you're supposed to have a cross-examination. You're supposed to have a presentation of the other side's evidence and material, and you know, to make a case for themselves. It's just not being done. It's really a fucking witch hunt. It's a sham. It's a sham. And now this is another thing, is not only is it hearsay, which again, is it possible that this happened? Sure. Is it physically possible? Sure, I guess it is. I guess you could say that it is. But one, you got to understand how these people testify. And you got to understand that they're under the threat of perjury here. Meaning if they're lying, they can get sent to prison. That's, you know, it's a federal law. So the thing is this woman who's testifying is not making a clear case, and she's doing it purposely, in my opinion, because the way she's talking is purposely not clear. She uses this catchphrase almost a lot. And it's when somebody, to me, is trying to almost say something but not say something so that they can't be held by it. So you'll go, you know, they said something to the effect of this. Something to the effect of that. And it's so that you can, you know, it's leaving yourself a little margin of error so that if somebody comes in and goes, "No, I didn't say that," you can go, "Oh, well, I didn't say you said it. I just said that you said something like that." It's like when you know, when they talk about Roe versus Wade, they'll go, "Oh, this effectively bans abortions," because they know they can't misinform people and just go, "It bans abortions," because it's really not true. It's actually the furthest thing from the truth. So which again is another Democrat mainstream conspiracy theory, because it's not true. It's just not true. It doesn't ban abortions. There is no, you know, the Supreme Court doesn't hate women and isn't trying to control women. It's actually giving women more control. It gives the states more control. So it's a conspiracy theory. It's absolutely a conspiracy theory, and we should call it that. So, yeah, they'll say that it effectively bans abortions because it doesn't really ban abortions. So they have to throw in certain words to make it so that they leave themselves that little bit of margin of error. So anyway, let me play a little compilation of this woman basically not being clear and not even being checked on not being clear. So check this out here.
The president said something to the effect of, "I'm the effing president, take me up to the Capitol now." And he said something to the effect of, he's really ticked off about this. I was in the vicinity of a conversation where I overheard the president say something to the effect of, I don't effing care that they have weapons. They're not here to hurt me. Take the effing mags away. He didn't look up from his phone and said something to the effect of, "There's a lot going on, Cass." Then Tony had relayed to me something to the effect of, "And these effing people are fastening spears onto the ends of flagpoles." I remember him saying, "All right," something to the effect of, "How much longer does the president have left in his speech?" Mr. Cipollone said something to the effect of, "Please make sure we don't go up to the Capitol, Cassidy."
Or was he told again in that conversation that people couldn't come through the mags because they had weapons?
Correct.
And that people, his response was to say they can march to the Capitol from the ellipse.
Something to the effect of, "Take the effing mags away. They're not here to hurt me. Let them in. Let my people in. They can march to the Capitol after the rally's over. They can march from the ellipse. Take the effing mags away."
Something to the effect of. What does that even mean? So, it's basically, because you got to understand, Donald Trump is still the sitting president at the time, right? There's a lot of people listening to him when he's talking, especially in that situation where they're trying to put off this idea that Donald Trump wanted to get rid of metal detectors. Whether or not that's true, I don't know. Again, wasn't there myself, so I don't know. This is all based on hearsay. So, they're trying to put out that idea that he knew people had weapons and that he wanted to let them in anyway. And so for her to go something to the effect of this and something to the effect of that, based on a conversation she's saying that he's having with multiple people, it leaves her with that little margin of error to be able to say, well, I didn't exactly say that. And then also now what we're seeing here is now the media can go just say something to the effect of, and we'll do the rest. We'll take care of it from there. Just say that. Keeps you out of trouble. You won't go to jail, and we can still now use this as our little narrative here. So now Trump choking a Secret Service agent is now fact, as opposed to conspiracy theory, which is what it is. Because now we have Secret Service agents, the Secret Service agents that were brought up in this testimony, want to testify in the hearing to debunk all of these claims that he choked one of them and that he did it. Now look at how they even put this out. Secret Service agents denying Trump freakout claim were his yes men. So I don't know if that's what they're trying to go for, because that's Washington Post that I think put it that way. I feel like they're even trying to go like, oh well, even if he didn't do that with them, they're his yes men. So they just do his bidding, and they're still, no matter what, they're gonna find something to try to pivot this and make Trump look like a horrible human being and a dictator. But yeah, these guys want to testify at this hearing, and I'm curious whether or not they get to do that. Because again, we're talking hearsay from some broad that wasn't even in the car. Who knows if the guy that she's talking about was even in the car? But the Secret Service, I don't know if that's who she was talking about, that were in the car, want to testify. So are they going to let them? Because they haven't let any evidence that for the other side, for the defense, I guess. Or not the defense, I guess the whatever, the other side, fuck it. Trump side, they're not letting any kind of Jesus, I just drew a blank. They're not letting any kind of evidence on the other side get put out in this hearing. So that's that's what I'm wondering. Are they going to let the Secret Service actually testify in this whole thing? So if they don't, I am going to call that a conspiracy theory because it's all hearsay. Just like all the other conspiracy theories that are looked at as mainstream media because it's Democrats. Take your pick. America is a racist country. Democratic conspiracy theory. That's all that is. System of white supremacy. Democrat conspiracy theory. Left-wing conspiracy theory. That's what it is. 9/11 was an inside job. Left-wing conspiracy theory. That's all it is. That's all it is. So, I mean, let me show you, though, here how they push this now to the mainstream media. So we have AOC did this interview with Colbert. Again, left-wing hack talking to a left-wing hack. And, or left-wing hack talking to a left-wing hack with a vagina. And, basically, everybody's talking about her talking about running for president because she turned 35, so she can technically run for president in 2024. I hope so. I hope so. That would be great, especially if Trump ran. Oh my God. Think about it. Think about it. That's a whole other video unto itself. Think of the content. Ah, fuck. So she was on Colbert, and she pushes this Democrat left-wing conspiracy theory as if it's the truth. So check this out.
He knew that he was breaking the law in order to seize power and undermine democracy in the United States of America. It is stunning. It is absolutely stunning. And that the president himself was willing to choke his own Secret Service in order to do so.
Do you know the detail about that I like is that he goes to grab the wheel, and this is how long it's been since he's driven himself anywhere. He thinks you can drive from the back seat.
Yeah.
He forgot about the pedals and all that.
Yes, yes.
So yeah, she just casually throws it out there. And people laugh and snicker, and and then Colbert picks up on it as if it's like, yeah, you know what's funny about that is like not even mentioning that this allegedly happened or it's just accused or anything. No, it just happened. It happened, and then even Colbert points out how illogical it is. Where he's, did he think he was going to drive from the back seat of the car, of the limousine? It's like, no. Nobody's that stupid. So even they know how illogical this shitty story is, but I gotta go with it. Gotta go with it because that's the story. That's the narrative. We gotta push it. And again, it's just casually brought up as if it's real, just like every other conspiracy theory they bring up. Just like when you're hearing, a black guy talk to a white guy on whatever forum, and they just casually bring up, well, America's been racist to black people for the ever since slavery, like as if it's never gotten, it's never not been racist. Like, the system of white supremacy, and it's not even like checked. A lot of the time, people laugh. Like, yep, funny because it's true. No, it's not. That's why I don't laugh at their jokes. I just don't find them. I find things that are funny because it's kind of true, and it's one of those things that you're not supposed to say. So it makes it funny to say it. And it's just this. They're trying to put it off as if it's funny because it's true, and we're not supposed to say it. But you're allowed to say it. You're not getting shut down for saying anything. You're on national TV saying, literally pushing a conspiracy theory a blatant conspiracy theory that people want to debunk, and you won't let them because you don't believe in freedom of speech. You don't believe in the truth. And that's why they do it. That's why I don't think they're really going to let them even testify, because then when we could look back into when it comes to history, because they think this long term. They've been doing this for I think over a century now. This is a long game, and I'm going to show you what I mean in a minute. This is a long game that they've been doing this for a long time. So yeah, I mean, that they want it so that when we look back into history, they can go, well, look at this hearing. They had this hearing, and nobody came forward to debunk anything because there's nothing on record. Now there's nothing. Now we have to go through a bunch of fucking, I got to bring up this old ass news article. And it's like back in the day when they would have the crazy conspiracy theorist in movies, he would have old news articles posted on his wall. That's what we're gonna have to do to show the truth. I'm gonna have to bring up this old news article where there were people that were trying to testify, or my grandkids or my kids are gonna have to do that. And go, no, actually, my grandfather told me that there were. No, your grandfather was crazy. That's happening right now. Right now. And this is one of those things. They're going to make this way bigger. They're going to make this bigger than Watergate. So that when I think we're taking this hearing a little too lightly. I get it. It's a bunch of horseshit. But what they're trying to do in history here, when they look back at this, it's not going to look good on us. Trust me, it's not going to look good. So, I said earlier, conspiracy theories on the right wing tend to come true. And I believe that to be true. I don't believe that to be my bias here. My political bias, I don't think that is what it is. In fact, my political bias used to be on the left wing until I realized what bullshit it was. So I'm coming from that place. I used to believe it until I did some research and realized I was wrong. And that's what they don't want any of their people to do. They don't want any Democrats to do that. So we've been talking about this thing called the New World Order for many, many years. When I was a conspiracy theorist, I actually bought into this, and I still do. This is one that never really stopped making sense to me, no matter what political side I was on. And, I might get in trouble for mentioning the name, but Alex Jones was the first guy that I saw even talking about this. Try to fucking get past that really quick, so, maybe they didn't catch it. But yeah, so he was talking about this for a long time, this New World Order thing. And if you notice, they've changed the name to the Liberal World Order. And I think that's another brainwashing mechanism in place for all the goofy liberals who only think about themselves because they've been brainwashed to be narcissists. And, the only thing that matters is their side and what they believe. And at all costs, even if it means shutting down free speech, it's all about us winning. That's what they, that's what they believe. It's about that. So let's go liberal world order. Let's call it liberal world order because New World Order has a bad stigma to it. and the liberals like liberal world order. What about, I'm a conservative. Just as conservative as you can get. You guys know this. But I'm just saying that because what if I don't want to live under a liberal world order? Where does that leave me? So, for instance, this happened where one of, Biden's admin guys here, one of the members of his administration, was asked, why are we paying so much in gas prices? What do you tell all the people out there that say, I can't afford these gas prices. Why do you guys think? Before I play it, what do you think there in the chat? Why do you think we're paying for gas prices? And what's worth it to you to pay a little bit extra in gas prices? Like, I'm sure if we really believed, if it was proven that gas money goes to feeding, starving children or something, I think we would all go, all right, I'll pay a little bit more. Like, if you knew that's why you were paying more, you'd still might be like, fuck, let me make that choice, but you'd feel all right about it. But I'm just saying, I don't find too many reasons, why paying extra in gas or extra in anything, is worth the money. So let's see what they say.
Sustainable. What do you say to those families who say, listen, we can't afford to pay $4.85 a gallon for months, if not years. This is just not sustainable.
Well, what you heard from the president today was a clear articulation of the stakes. This is about the future of the liberal world order, and we have to stand firm.
It's about the liberal world order. You're paying extra in gas because we have to prop up the liberal world order. You have to pay extra. When they said everybody has to pay their fair share, they weren't talking about the millionaires. That's all their friends. Again, the party of projection. They got idiots in the mind state to go, yeah, those millionaires have to pay their fair share, but not realizing the Democrats were actually saying we all have to pay our fair share. So at one point, did you not think that was coming back to the people like it always does? Especially with the fucking Democrats. So yeah, you're paying extra in gas money because the liberals have an idea of how the world should be, and they have to fake the numbers. We've all worked in the corporate world, I'm sure. We've all had a boss that was all about the numbers, and we all know what horseshit that is and how that fails every single time. It looks good on paper. Looks wonderful. But how's the business doing? How's the profit fucking margin actually looking? Don't think about that. How much spillage is going out? So that's what I'm saying. It's this corporate mind state. We all have to pull together, and meaning you have to pull together, the people. And I'm going to show you this clip here. I showed you this on a video a long time ago, and people called it a conspiracy theory. Oh, it's just him. It's just the way he's wording stuff. It's don't even worry about it. It's not affecting us. You just heard we're paying higher gas prices because of an idea that they have, an unrealistic idea that if you knew the truth to it, you would more than likely have voted for Trump.
60 million people died between 1900 and 1946. And since then, we established a liberal world order, and that hadn't happened in a long while. A lot of people dying, but nowhere near the chaos. And now is a time when things are shifting. There's going to be a new world order out there, and we've got to lead it.
Not only is there going to be a new world order, we got to lead it. Which, hey, if I'm with him on anything, if there is going to be a new world order, I'd rather us lead it. But I don't want a new world order. I don't want a liberal world order. We don't give people ultimate control over the fucking world. Have we not learned from all the literature and all the entertainment that we watched? All the movies, all the TV shows, all the books, everything, the music. You don't give ultimate power to the establishment. How did the liberals turn into those people? That's why I got forced out of the liberal fucking thinking, the liberal mind state. I realized I'm like, why are we wait, we're supporting Hillary Clinton as a way to get back at the establishment? Are you fucking crazy? That's what they thought. That's what they were brainwashed into believing. They were brainwashed. And they still are. They say a lot of people are breaking the brainwashing. I got to see it to believe it. I'm not. I just don't know anymore. I don't know what to project with these people. Maybe I got to talk to a more diverse group of people. I don't know, but yeah, I'm not sure if I'm seeing this ultimate turnaround. So yeah, again, right-wing conspiracy theories tend to come true. They tend to come true, or at least have way more truth in it than left-wing conspiracy theories, which are totally nonsense, totally not true, and are still considered to be true even though they're debunked. Most of them are debunked. Trump-Russia collusion, debunked. Left-wing conspiracy theory, people still believe it's true. Trump is a racist. Left-wing conspiracy theory. The KKK is a Republican made group. Left-wing conspiracy theory. That's a Democratic group created for and by the Democrats. The KKK. Look it up. The Confederates were Democrats. Anything telling you otherwise is a conspiracy theory. And we need to call it that. Because it's the truth. We need to call it that. Just because they call us conspiracy theorists and we go, oh well, we don't want to look like we're being childish and name calling back. No, we have the fucking proof. We have the evidence of why it's not real. So again, anybody, it might be fun. I get it. It's fun to make jokes. Trump choking a Secret Service agent, if you think about it, is funny. And that's all it should be, is funny. But not when it's laughed at as, oh, it's funny because it's true. That's where I won't laugh at it. If it's like it's funny because it's just insane to think about, like if they made a cartoon about that, that might be funny. But not based on that it's true again. I'm not, it's funny because of how ridiculous it is. So, yeah, I mean, don't feel like you have to laugh at their jokes. I don't find a lot of their jokes funny because it's based on lies. You could say I'm being biased and I can't take a joke or whatever the fuck. I could take any joke. But, I'm not going to laugh because I want to look like I'm being fucking fair. Half of their shit isn't funny because it's just not. It's not based on truth, and it's based on arrogance and ignorance. It's like an idiot making a joke. Idiots don't tend to be clever. So it's like if I have to create my own world and then make jokes based on that world, it's like, all right, you can basically just say anything at that point, and then it's technically funny. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't think my sense of humor is leaving. I think their sense of humor is just shitty. It sucks. It absolutely sucks. I saw, I was going through, looking for clips and stuff for the show, and I saw, a bunch of comics making Trump jokes. I saw some funny Trump jokes, and they weren't, they were anti-Trump jokes. Some of them were funny. Some of them weren't. The ones that are based on, oh goddamn, Trump is a racist. Trump racist fuck. He done said the Mexicans, and it's like, all right, now you lost me. Cat Williams fucked up on that. He could have made some funny Trump jokes, but he just went into he's a racist. Like, all right, it's not funny. It's just not funny. I'm sorry. So call me a bad sport if you want. Hey, speaking of bad sports will be coming back soon. And we'll be doing a show later tonight, right on this very channel, the backup channel. 8 o'clock. Misfit Nation podcast. We'll be talking about some fun stuff. Some real fun stuff. And yeah. And I'll be out of here. I'm gonna be out of here now. Go do some stuff before the show. Well, thank you guys for getting in the chat there. I'll just shout you guys out real quick. Misfit Ramdale, what is good? Blazebot, what's going on? Hunter Iggy, hello, sir. Hello. Hunter Iggy, I think the woman is another Amber Heard. No, I think Amber Heard was telling the truth. I'm sticking to my guns. There wasn't any proof of it wasn't a criminal case. I'm waiting for the criminal case. Yeah, a lot of people are like, oh, you just fucked up the whole thing. You fucked up the whole video. Just took Amber Heard's side. Hey. That's my problem with hearsay. That's my problem with it. Because who's to say when it comes to hearsay? Right? Am I right? All right. Enough. I'm out of here, guys. Thank you. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Please get us to 20 likes per video. We hit 20 likes. I hit 20 likes on my last MISinformed. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you. Boosting us up here. 20 likes per video. Let's keep it going. Let's make that the minimum of every video. What else do I got here? I'll be back with some tough love. I'll be back with all that. Sorry, I've had like a little back injury, so I wasn't able to do a lot of stuff this week. So that's why the channel was kind of dead. But yeah, I'll be back with some more content very soon. All right, guys. Well, I'm out of here. You guys have a great day. Don't forget to join us 8 o'clock right here at the Misfit Nation podcast. See you later. I want to start my campaign.
Are you ready to waste your time?
Yeah.
Are you ready to get ultra?
Never been one for.
Are you ready to hear the worst rap album of all time? Then crank it up to 11 and download Crishaun the Don's 800-pound gorilla. Hip-hop, we have a problem. Every bad boy has a conservative side.
I'm a mulatto with problems with
800-pound gorilla. It sucks.
Don't download Crishaun the Don's 800-pound gorilla on CD Baby, iTunes, Spotify, and other music platforms.
and apologists, no logic with their isms and their prisons for theologists. Beta males make me vomit, I'm an anomaly. I be dipped in gold like I'm...
Hey, what's up, dog?
What's going on, bro? Everything good? Nothing
Yeah,
like
bro. Yeah. You know, chilling like a villain. Gotta stay positive, you know? Whenever you stay positive.
Yeah, whatever, brother.
Sorry I'm late, fellas.
Yo, you good?
I'm good. I'm ready to start the show. What about you guys?
What do you want right now?
Did you slip and fall on your noggin?
I have no clue what he's talking about. Thanks, fellas. Welcome to the Misfit Nation podcast.